there was
All right, talk, talk, talk. Say something.
I've been like really aggressive with like pedophiles. Like I've jumped a couple. So my homie, he was like my best friend. One of his little sisters got raped by like a 22-year-old. This dude was big, bro. He's like this man's looked like a whole ass like dude, you know?
Yeah.
So like dude, that actually story was so fucking crazy. I'll tell you like a little bit of it, but basically we went to go pick him up 30 minutes away. We're chopping it up in the car, making it seem like we're homies, like being on buddy buddy, and like we're about to play like 2K and all this shit. And then fucking we get to their crib, and then their cousins are waiting at my homie's cousins are waiting at the door, and they're posted up. And so then they're saying like, "Oh yeah, we gotta fight like 1-on-1 type shit." Da 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 da. And like my homie's a big dude. Like he's like 300 pound. Well, back then he was like 300 pound, like light skin, like big as fuck, like six probably 2 or 6'1". And he was fighting him, and then we just all went in on him, and then like left him there stranded, like 30 minutes away from his crib.
Damn.
Yeah, but oh shit. I mean, I don't have to talk about that, but I guess I could just say like I've gotten into like altercations, I guess, with pedos.
So, how long did it take you to realize like something had happened to you?
What do you mean?
Because I remember you mentioned yesterday like you had to have somebody tell you that like
That I got
your
molested?
childhood wasn't normal. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it was like a trauma response, I guess, because I just kind of like, I mean, I normalized everything in my life pretty much until I tell people and they're just like, what the fuck? Like, you need a psych ward type, you know?
Maybe that's a. You think that's like a. It's probably a coping mechanism, but it's probably like a good coping mechanism. You know what I mean?
I mean, what else am I gonna do, you know? Slow
Right.
down?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
but shit. I'll be done to talk about whatever in the video.
So
Do you edit at all? Do you know how to edit?
I mean, kind of, sorta. I'd rather just like. Did I tell
Just
you I'm
raw.
recording right now?
Oh no.
Is that cool?
Yeah, bro. Just don't
Okay.
give out my name if you got
No,
like
no, 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 no.
all
I
the
won't.
shit I said. Yeah.
No name, no face, whatever. But yeah, I just showed Discord. If that's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I've been recording since you started the story, dude. So trying to think what
I
the
mean,
next.
that dude, like, fuck, dude, I shot him up like 30 times. Anyway, that dude, there was like a warrant out for us, and like, we did that shit kind of a brick away from where we live, but that shit was crazy. There was like, they had like the person who drove us there, like, well, I guess that doesn't really matter, but he took a video of it and shit, and it like got leaked, like a dumbass.
Oh, of the like jumping.
Yeah, like I have it still.
So what would you say like
But
is a moment that changed your perspective of the world?
honestly, when I was like 6 years old, and like I saw like I don't know. Just I've had like a lot of fucked up people in my life, and like my dad was definitely one of them.
What'd you
He like
see?
I saw my dad balls deep in some lady, and like he was still with my mom's, and I was like a little kid, and he was like fucked up, and he like at first they were just flirting and shit, and then I told him I was like, yo, like we gotta leave, and then he like kind of kicked me off, and then like I went to go tell my mom, and then I just kind of sat up there with her and fell asleep, like on her lap, cause it was like a family party. And then I went back downstairs and then I opened the door and saw that shit and like he was so fucked up he literally saw me and kept going. And like I don't know, I don't think he was really conscious like that. Like he was just my dad was like a he was always the biggest drunk at the party. Like 30 fucking Coronas deep. Like if someone did 20, he did 25. Someone did 25, he did like 28. You know, he always had to be like the top
Yeah.
drinker type.
Yeah.
So I guess from a young age, I just kind of like didn't trust anybody. Like even my friends and shit. And like my uncles were just always weird. Like when I had like friends as a kid. Oh shit. Like anytime I was friends with like a little girl, they'd always be like, "Oh, like you gotta do this and that," and I'm just like, "Bro, like
That
leave
is
me alone."
strange. That's
You
mad
know?
strange.
I'm saying. Fucked. What about you though?
What about me?
Like, what was like the same question you asked me to you? Like, when was a moment that you realized that like, oh, what was really your question? Like, that made you change like your
Yeah, that
perspective on
made you
people?
change your perspective of the world. Like, and realize like things weren't fair. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I didn't even finish the story though. Do you wanna?
Oh, word. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Finish,
My bad, my
finish.
bad, my bad. So yeah, so basically after that happened, I that was the first time I smoked a cigarette and I threw up, and I was like a little ass jit. I was like probably 5 or 6, and later on I go back to the car. Oh my god, I'm so ass. Anyway, I go back to the car, and then I was like pretending to be asleep, and my mom and my dad were fighting, and he threw a plate at my mom while she was driving, and she like swerved the fuck out the way. And so like I like punched my dad, and my mom stopped the car and whooped my ass because I laid hands on my dad. And so at that point I was just like, man, fuck everybody, you know, like I was just like
Yeah.
over it, and I just like I went to the trunk, like, cause we were in like a little RAV4, so like I just hopped over to the back space and like just laid down, and I was like one of the lowest times, and I was just like a little kid,
How old are
and I
you?
just like hated myself. I was like 5, bro. I was like 6,
Damn. Yeah, that's
and
definitely
I was like,
a remembering age.
no, yeah, that was just like that was probably the first time. That was the first time I felt like depression, you know.
Yeah.
And I have like a really, really good memory. Like I remember things from like a little ass kid.
What's the biggest like family drama you remember?
Holy shit, dude. That I'm Latino, bro. My family comes from Bolivia, bro.
Oh yeah.
So like narcos, all that shit, we got it. Like my family's from that. Like ah, I mean, I guess you guys, no one will really know me from this video, you
No.
know? Like they won't.
No, no, no. They won't.
So when I was like being born, my mom's brothers, um, one of my mom's brothers got like, what's secuestrado mean? Fucking kidnapped, right? Like as an adult.
Yeah.
And he was like this businessman, and so he got kidnapped and taken to this warehouse. Long story short, my other uncles pulled up and like shot up the fucking warehouse. And then what's it called? My uncle like shot this bitch in the face. Like when my mom told me, I started laughing so hard. Like there was this lady out front with the AK or some shit like that, and he had a pistol and he just straight like shot her in the face. And like I don't know why that like just was so funny. But anyways,
Did you see it happen?
um, oh no, I wasn't there. Like
Oh.
this was like when I was born.
Oh.
Yeah. So then basically they all get arrested, and the bond over there was like 200K, and like my mom, bruh. I mean, my mom came here in the 90s, so like she had some time to like make some money up, but she wasn't like we were not rich
Yeah, you
type
didn't have
shit.
90 grand sitting around.
No,
$200,000.
200. Yeah. God damn, dude, I'm so ass. They're on your left. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Fuck,
trolling.
my bad. It's okay. This is the warm up.
Yeah, the warm up game.
Yeah. So then, yeah, my mom had to take out a loan and like borrow people's money and all this crazy shit. And so
Jeez,
then, like,
damn.
me first being born was like crazy in debt, you know.
Yeah, dude, talk about
So
crazy. Jesus Christ, 200 grand.
that's just that's literally like the start of my life, bruh. So like, shit only gets crazier. And like that, I wasn't even there for that. Like that was just like some shit my mom finally told me about. Oh my
What would you
god,
say is
dude.
your earliest memory?
My earliest memory,
Yeah. Is it a good one
uh,
or a bad one?
it's a good one. I was like, I swear, I was like 2 or 3, and I'm sitting on my mom's lap, and she's feeding me. Like I had this bowl that had like the alphabets in it, like on the bottom,
Yeah.
and then I had like a little Spider-Man spoon, and she was like feeding me like this soup, and I just remember like sitting on her lap, just being happy, and it was just like us two. But yeah,
Nice.
but yeah, what's your like, what was your moment of realization that like, damn, shit's not fair?
Uh, dude, like, so when I got cheated on, what helped me through it was kind of sitting and thinking about everything that happened, and ultimately I fucked up in one way or another. Like it was my fault. And once I understood that, I was like, oh, this is kind of how it's gonna be, and
But
you know, you can't control women. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not gonna be
yeah,
everything you want her to be, so you have to kind of compromise, and people will just leave you for certain reasons. And once I figured out a lot of it was like kind of biological, I was like, oh shit, shit is kind of different, you know, whatever. And I kind of forgave her in my head, but I still didn't like to see her. It was just like the pain from that, because it was just a blind side. I was like, what happened to me? Like, how did I miss this, you know? And I was like, okay, well, first of all, I don't know everything in the world. Obviously, I don't know how women work, but there's a lot of other shit that I fucking just don't know. So I need to figure that out. And, you know, it was like slap in the face, whatever. Earned it. You know what I'm saying? So once I started looking at shit like that, like shit just kind of changed.
damn. But like that was just like a year ago, right?
Oh god, like a year. No, that was like November, and it's like
Damn.
no, that was October. That was actually October 22nd, 2 days after my birthday.
Bruh. 2 days after your
Yeah,
birthday?
so dude, I was in the dumps for a week, dude. I was getting like
That's so fucked.
I was just shitting around. Cause like fuck, you know, how did this happen to me? Like, damn, what did I do wrong? Fuck. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's what happened.
I mean, you can sit here and like blame yourself for every little sign that you didn't miss. Like that's what I did for a bit. Like I was just like, damn, like was it happening this early or this early? And like
Right. Yeah.
you're gonna drive yourself mad. Like you're not gonna like. Well, at least for me, I wasn't able to sleep and shit.
Do you
And
think that's
like,
do you think that's like you figuring out the process though?
yeah, I feel like I was just trying to learn. Like just sitting with it, you know. Like just
Right.
trying to like accept that like one, I'm not gonna have this person who I thought was my wife,
Yeah.
and two, like she's like a piece of shit human being,
Mm.
and I thought like everything completely opposite.
It's when you like learn to look for different things in women and shit like that.
Yeah,
As opposed to,
facts.
because dude, like for a long time I thought everybody was fuck. I can't fucking talk. For a long time I
Nigga,
thought
bro.
everybody was like kind of the same. I thought people were just like me. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought you communicated with them like you did yourself, shit like that.
Like
You know what
they
I'm saying? And
listen
then
to
like,
reason.
huh?
Like they were actually reasonable. Like listen to reason and like
It's just like shit that there's shit that they say that we'll never get, and there's shit that we say that they'll never get because we just feel different things, you know. And people just don't like get that, and I didn't get that, and I was just like, fuck, like I can't figure out this equation. You know what I'm saying?
hmm. Like you're saying people in general or women?
Women,
Hmm. Oh,
like we're just different, and like some of us are trying to be like the other one. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyways,
yeah.
so back to you. Fucking the
Oh yeah. Okay.
the what's it called? The Devil's Advocate. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Devil's Advocate for a pedophile video. What were your thoughts on
Yeah.
that again?
All right. So at first I was like kind of mad.
Mm.
I was just kind of like, oh my god, I'm dumb. Sorry. Thank God. But yeah, I was just kind of like, I was kind of a little upset, you know, because I literally live with my pedophile.
What made
So
you upset about it specifically?
I think it just like it just caught me so off guard. Like it was so left that I was like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it was just very like intriguing, but like sorry, I was just reading that fucking comment.
Yeah, I was reading too. That's
But
pretty funny.
mm, um so yeah, so I was just angry at the fact that like there's so many like I've seen a lot of shit, you know? And like
Right.
I know little girls that have literally been raped by like their uncles and like I got to deal with that a lot in my life, you know? Like it's just like a big thing. And like I didn't even consider that I got fucking molested until like my aunt literally told me that one not my aunt but like it's kind of hard to explain. It's my brother-in-law's brother's wife.
Brother-in-law, brother's wife. Brother-in-law. Your double sister-in-law? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like in my family like god damn it. Fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I finally told her like maybe a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago today?
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, dude,
Like
yeah,
I
because I remember
literally
you were saying that was like a super pivotal point in your life, and that was like last month.
yeah, no. Like okay. So I guess I'll just explain the story. So when I was a little kid, right? When I was 14, I went over to Bolivia and I like was flirting with this older girl and this older lady, like both of them.
Yeah.
And they were both like hella flirty and shit and like you know, I'm 14, so I'm like bet, you know, like I'm like tough or whatever. And the older one like just kept trying to fuck, you know? Like
No,
I
I
wanted
don't
her to
know, but
like
I'll let you continue.
okay. So like I told her like I asked her to like suck my dick and shit and she like wanted to like fuck and I was like, yo, like I didn't want to fuck, bro. Like I just want a head, you know? Like
Yeah.
I was like cuz she has a body but like she's kind of busted. So I mean, I'm 14, so like I was afraid of fucking god damn, I'm so ass. So then she's like it was my uncle's birthday and she was like later on in the party when everyone's like dancing and stuff, go to the bathroom and I'll meet you there and then I'll sit on your dick. And I'm like, yo, bro. Like at my uncle's birthday party, you trying to sit on my dick in the bathroom, bro. Like what the fuck is
Dude, there's literally.
that? So like she just kept pressing me on trying to fuck and I was not trying to go for it. And I felt like such a bitch because I didn't want to, you know?
I feel
'Cause I'm
you,
a
dude. I
Cause
feel
I'm
you.
a dude. Cause I'm a dude, and I'm like, no, like I'm supposed to be like into it. And, like,
Right.
she's a woman, you know, so like she knows, and like she's older and stuff. So I just kind of like was like shit, and like I was thinking about it the whole party of like, shit, should I go to the bathroom? Like, should I go fuck this bitch? Like, and I'm so glad I didn't because like I felt so disgusted with just like the things we did, like just us like touching each other
Yeah.
that like I probably would have killed myself if I did have sex with her, and like I lost my virginity to her. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
So, yeah, I don't know. I went back to I went back to the U.S. and I was just like extremely like,
So this all happened when you were in Bolivia?
yeah, this all
Okay.
happened when I was in Bolivia. So I was just like extremely depressed, and then I go back to Bolivia a couple years later, and I don't know why I just like was looking for her, like I just
Like
like
subconsciously?
no, like I mean, yeah, I guess, like I don't know, I just wanted to like
You wanted to find
I
her?
s- I still don't even understand it, you know, cause like she took care of my grandma, so you know like she was always in like either my grandma's house or in like one of my aunt's houses, like doing their like pedicures, cause she was like she did that shit,
Yeah.
and so yeah, so then anyways we like find her and like still she's still trying to like have sex and stuff, and I was just still kind of scared, and so like uh I just told her to like take her shirt off, and then like she took off her shirt and her bra and like let me play with her boobs and shit, and then like was like pushing me to have sex, but like begging, and I'm just like I was 16 and I thought I was gonna be ready, and I was like still like just like scared, you know, and I still just felt like I felt weak, and I felt like a bitch, you know, like just for not wanting to have sex with some lady.
Right. Yeah.
And like I guess I kind of went back to like finish the job kind of thing, you know.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I just really couldn't. And so like afterwards, I just like went home again, and I felt like super disgusted again. And then years go by, and I like stopped thinking about her. Like I think about her from like time to time, like when I'm feeling like grossed out about myself or something. But I really pretty much forgot about her. And then I finally get like, well, then I get cheated on, all that shit. So I'm just like super low. And then fast forward, I don't know, like 7 years. Now I have like a good girlfriend and like one of the best women I've ever met in my life, you know? Like my best friend and like my girlfriend, and like extremely happy with her. And we get into like a little argument. Like it was like nothing. Like she's just like really shy, and like I'm a very outgoing person. So sometimes like things will happen where we just clash like naturally.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I feel
And
you.
like I just like I wanted her to like be more like, I mean, I was her first boyfriend too, you know, like her first everything. And I was 21 and she was 19, you know?
Yeah, I feel you.
So, yeah, anyways, we get into this little argument, and then she's in my room and she doesn't have a shirt on. And then my mom is like coming in the door, like through the garage door. And then she's like, "Oh, remember I told you that lady was gonna come live with us?" And like she told me like a month before she came, but I like completely forgot. And like I didn't even know who it was. And that ended up being her. And like the look she gave me as soon as she walked through the garage door, like my soul died. Like I was just so like disgusted. Like I was just like, "Fuck, dude, like this is my life now."
Yeah, yeah. And you didn't know how long for and shit like that.
And still I don't know how long for,
She's
you
still
know?
there?
Yeah, she still is with me. Like every day I wake up to her like ugly ass hyena laugh. Like she has one of the worst laughs I've ever heard, and not just because I hate her. Like sounds like an actual hyena, like dying. Oh shit, my bad, my bad. But yeah, um, what's the word? So yeah, so then I like my mom was like, give her a hug, you know, and I was like,
Oh, jeez.
okay. And so like I
Fuck.
gave
And
my
then
mom
like
a
you
hug.
couldn't even like help yourself to not feel about fuck. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't help yourself to not feel like that. So you just felt like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah, like I don't even know. Like I felt so gross, and I felt like it was like coming back to bite me in the ass, you know.
Yeah.
And I told my girlfriend that like I was a little horny fucking like that happened when I was a kid, and like she really got me to like understand that like it wasn't my fault, like I was like a fucking kid,
Yeah.
and yeah, she helped me out a lot through that, and that was like shortly before she came, and then so whatever, I give her like a little side hug kind of thing, and she like tries to like fully hug me, and I like push off her, and then I go back in the room, and I was like, hey, like, remember that fucking pedophile I told you about when I was a kid? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, now she's like living with me. And so she was like, what the fuck? Like, your life really is a movie, huh? Like, that shit's just stupid.
That shit is actually crazy.
And like, I literally warned her before we started dating, like, my life is like the craziest shit I've ever heard. Like, I'd watch that movie, you know?
Right.
And, like, just out of pocket shit. But anyway, so then a lot of things happen where we just like, she just keeps like giving me like the fuck me eyes and like just keeps trying to seduce me, even
Yeah.
while she knows I have a girlfriend. And so then one day my mom was like, "Oh, like can you take her to work or can you pick her up from work?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, like whatever." Cuz I didn't want my mom to be driving out at night cuz like she doesn't have the best eyesight. And so I was like, "Fuck it." And like I pick her up and I was like, "Hey, like all that shit that had happened like when I was a kid, like that shit stays in the past. Like I got a good girl now, and like that shit was like a long time ago." And she like tried to pretend that like nothing ever happened, and she was like, "Oh, like what are you talking about? Like what? Like?" And I was like, "You know exactly what I'm talking about." And she's like, "Oh, like that stuff that happened was like your crazy adventures because you were a kid." And I was like, "That was me? Like that was not me, you know?"
Yeah.
And so yeah, so she tried to flip it on me, and I was like, "Nah, bruh." And so like I kind of just embarrassed her a bit, and then God, fucking fuck. But yeah, so then I finally just told her like, "Yo, like if you like don't fuck with me, and I won't expose you as a pedophile." And she pretty much shut up and was like, "Okay," like she was like, "Okay," like I was like, "Yeah, I don't want no dirty, I don't want no looks, like I don't want you like talking to me, like." Just stay the fuck away from me. Like stay in your lane. And she like agreed and then she thanked me for the ride and then got off. And then still will like give me the fuck me eyes. And like the only reason I don't tell my mom is because that would break her fucking soul. Like I put my mom through a lot of shit already. Like my mom literally escaped like all this shit. Like just the worst shit to come here and like give me a better life. And like I just put her through a lot. Like she see me in chains from my fucking wrist to my. I looked like I was on death row, bro. Like for some stupid shit that wasn't even my fault. And and so I just felt bad, So like I just felt like I couldn't tell her that the lady she brought into our house, which is like the last person who took care of her grandma, is like a shit ass human being.
Yeah. I feel that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I don't feel that, but I'm hearing you.
No, I
I
got you,
don't
bro.
feel
Don't
shit.
worry.
I do not feel that at all, bro. Like that is
Mm.
your own shit for sure. Damn.
I mean, hearing her case, do you think she is the type of person that like just wanted to or just
Here's
like
the question. All right, say it again. Say it
mm,
again.
So,
Here's the question. All right, I've been waiting for this.
do you think she was like born a pedo, or was she just like? So I'm gonna give you a little bit of backstory about her life too. I think she got like cheated on too, and like just kind of like
Well,
beat,
that's in getting cheated on. That's in what, maybe your 20s. Like getting cheated
Yeah.
on. But before like 16, 17, that doesn't really count as getting cheated on. It's fucking high school. But like,
hmm
let's say in your 20s, that's getting cheated on.
Wow,
So
that's
she's
fucked, bro. I got cheated on when I was 17, bro. And I mean, at that point, I thought she was my wife. You gotta think about it,
really.
like
I mean, I
because
feel you.
that was just me being a dumbass kid, you know. Like I
Okay,
wanted her to
maybe
be
I'm
my
biased
wife.
because I didn't get much in high school. So maybe it's just because like I don't understand what it's like to have a relationship that young. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, but like, so, dude, like, the thing is, she has a whole childhood that there's no chance you know anything about,
Yeah.
and so did her mother, and her mother did. So what it could be is like a generational thing. It could be there's trauma that's like being passed down. Maybe her mother wasn't touched, but she had something else happen to her, and so she imposed that on her, or maybe she grew up kind of rough. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but it's like, what are the factors that cause this to happen? What are they? And I think they're definable at least. You understand what I'm saying? That you can pick out things that happened to her if you sit down and you analyze her life. If you had like all of the data, there's
Uh-huh.
definitely points where you could go, this shit is going to have an impact on her life in the future, and point all those out. So like, it's just like, I wonder what those things are, and can we eliminate all of them?
But wouldn't that just be excuses though? Like,
They'd be reasons.
but reasons and excuses in this
I'm
case
not.
is
I'm
kind
not
of
saying it
very like
discounts
thin.
what happened to you.
No, no, no. I'm not like forget me. You know, like I'm
Yeah.
just like the odd person out. You know, I'm just like a third person right now. Like, okay, here. For example, me.
Mm.
This wasn't the first time I've had to deal with women trying to be sexually be on me. Like this was just like the closest one that I almost had sex with. Like ever since I was a little ass kid, I was always sexualized.
You're a
Like
handsome ass dude, aren't you?
not really. Like I know how to talk pretty much. Like I just like I don't give a fuck. So I guess that like
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I mean I guess my girlfriend disagrees, but I don't know. I like family parties and stuff. Like my uncles would always like have women and stuff around, and they'd always be like, "Oh, like touch her, or, like this and that," you know. And like women would want me to touch them.
That
So
is
like
strange, bro. That is super
coming
strange.
from that, I've never in my life wanted to feel like I wanted to have power over a little girl and make her feel like on in like like not in power, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've never wanted to make somebody feel like inferior to me.
Well, maybe.
And I felt like inferior like my whole life. From like shit that wasn't even my fault
Right.
to
Right.
like I literally got arrested and I went to jail or I was juvie and that wasn't even my fucking fault. And like the person who was the victim literally said I did nothing and I still got like a year of fucking probation and like you know?
Yeah.
So like I don't know.
Do you
I have the
feel like
potential to be
do you feel like people are born evil or made evil, or is it a combination?
I think I was gonna say it's a combination of both. Like I think some people like I don't know. I've definitely felt like evil before. Like I've felt like I could be the worst human being and like I have like reasons, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've had like my best friends jump me and like take my shit like when I've been like nothing but like a brother to them. So like I have like I guess I have reasons to like not trust anyone and just be like, okay, fuck the world, you know? Like I'm just gonna do my thing and like only care about myself.
Yeah.
But like I feel like that wouldn't be a reason, that would just be excuses, you know? For me being a shit human being.
What do you think are what do you think is the difference between reasons and excuses?
Um
That's a hard question to answer. I'm gonna see if
Yeah,
I
that
can
is
answer.
very
I'm gonna see if
hard.
I can answer it first, and then I'll like
Go
see
ahead.
if you can disagree with anything I say. So let me think about it. What? Let me ask myself this: what is the difference between reasons and excuses? I don't think excuses are real.
Hmm.
So there, excuses aren't real. There's only reasons, and reasons that aren't reasons to somebody else. So for example, if you're late to work and you're in the car and there's actually an accident and you
Mhm.
fucking go to the accident and you go, fuck, I can't get around this, I have to take a left, blah, 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 get to work, tell your boss he doesn't believe you, he says it's an excuse. To you, it's a reason. He says it's an excuse. Either way, it's a reason. Like, excuses aren't real, or they're lies. So if I say, I didn't
Okay,
go
I
to
was just
school
gonna say.
because I was fucking went to a doctor's appointment, but I was smoking weed, that's not real either. So they can't be real.
So you think there's only like lies and then there's like reasons?
There's only lies and reasons. I don't think excuses are a real thing.
I guess that kind of makes
I
sense.
think that makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I feel like there's like,
So
I mean, there's a margin there for error, like
where
small. I feel like,
in terms of being born and having it be biological, right? Is that the nuance? Not nuance. Is that the margin of error?
the thing I question, like, I don't know.
Because
This is like,
if so, then that only leaves two options: a reason or biology. And so, either way, it's something understandable. Does that make sense?
no.
Damn, I thought that was hella profound. So, bro, like either,
Like,
so what you're saying is there's a margin of error
uh-huh.
for reasons being fuck. What was I saying? So there's a margin of error for all things being either lies slash excuses or reasons, and the margin of
Yeah.
error I'm affirming is like in your example. For example, the fucking margin of error would be nature. So someone being born as a pedophile with sadistic tendencies, which include things like lack of self-control, I think low gray matter in the brain, shit like that. So like they're born into it and they're more adept to be fucking have antisocial tendencies, which like falls into that category and it causes that. I think. So that could be.
I see what you're saying. I just feel like humans aren't so simple, you know? Like we've all done things that are like we're out of character, you know? So I feel like where someone would be willing to take that is just like kind of like, I mean, I guess it's on them,
right,
you know?
right.
And
it's
like
definitely
that's
their
not
choice.
even like, so like one day I could wake up and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna go like cheat on my girlfriend, you know? And that's like something completely out of my nature. And like, well, I guess for me, like, I would never do that, you know? But
Yeah.
like, somebody kind of like me might, you know?
Mhm.
So, I don't know. Would there be a reason for that? Or would that just be an excuse that, like, my biology, you know?
That would be. I
That's
think
what
there
I'm
would be a
saying.
reason. So I'll tell you this.
But,
Do you know
alright,
what determinism is?
determinism, so, like, you're willing to, like, keep going?
No. Determinism. Well, that's fuck. That's determines.
Dude, I literally... Oh, okay.
That's determines. I fucking wait. What?
Dude, it's so hard to, like, have a conversation and, like, play a game. That's why I said
I know.
no, 'cause I couldn't
Bro, this is so fucking hard. I'm like shit.
I know.
Plus, I'm thinking with all my brain right here, bro. This is so fucking hard.
Same.
It's good ass conversation. Hey,
Yeah,
fuck!
fine.
I knew this would go well. Let's go. All right. So, determinants and determinism are two different things. If you're determined to get something done, that means yeah, you're gonna do really well at it and do this and that and whatever. It's like a motivational type of thing. But determinism asserts that it's essentially the butterfly effect, but it's real. So it says that all things have a cause, and all those things, have an effect. That's, what the thing is. But all things have a cause, and that cause has a cause, and that cause has a cause, and an origin, until you get to the beginning of nothing. And because of that, it's technically possible to measure how all things came to be, including events and like things people have done to you, because you can go all the way back to the beginning and go, what bad eggs were there in this person's life that they don't know about, or that just exist in the first place at all, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
I feel for fat ass people, because like, they don't get to feed themselves when they're young. You know what I'm saying? So it's like their parents are imposing that shit on them.
But what happens when they're just like older and they just like don't want to work out and just start eating?
It's like I've never been obese, but dude, it's like fucking almost impossible to break a habit like that. Like a habit you've had since you were a kid. It's so fucking hard to do that. Like it's easy. Like I know you're not out of shape. I can guess, right?
Word. Thanks.
I know you're not. I fucking know for a fact. But like, am I right?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm like a little out of shape, but I'm not like fat.
Exactly, bro.
Just that like, just haven't.
Have you ever been fat in your life?
So I fluctuated a lot in weight as a kid, and I was never fat, but I definitely had like some big ass like jelly rolls, like what's it called? Like what's it? Not side love handles. That's the shit.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, so like.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, they called me gordito, which means like
gordito.
fat ass,
Yeah.
So it's like, I swear, Latinos come up with like the worst fucking like. They find your insecurities and make it your nickname, and it's like your aunt. It's not even like a homie or nothing.
La gorda.
Yeah, type shit. But shit, I kind of lost what you were saying. What were you saying?
Yeah, determinism.
Oh yeah. Okay, but what about this? There's this like, I'm on the beach, right? And there's like this hot ass girl, and she just strips down in front of me and is like, let's fuck right now. And I'm just like, I have a girlfriend, and she's like, oh, I don't give a fuck,
Did that happen?
No. I'm just saying an example. I'm just saying an example. No. I'm saying like, would that be an excuse if I just had sex with her, or a reason if I had sex with her?
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean?
So like,
sorry,
just because I was horny, so it's like my biology that I am a man and I have like,
I think if you cheated, if you were to have, are you asking me why would you?
If I were to have cheated, then yeah, would it be a reason or would it be an excuse that she's hot and like my biology is like, I want to fuck,
If you cheated, I'd say it's a combination of, well, there's something to be said about intentionally being in a relationship with a person and knowing you have the capability to cheat, that I think indicates that something is wrong with a person, firstly.
What do you mean?
Because like everybody knows if they'll cheat or not, I feel like, to be honest.
I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like they just haven't been tested yet. The people that, cause like I've asked some of my friends that like have cheated, and I was like, yo, like, why'd you do that? Like I thought you weren't like that type of person, and they're just like, dude, like she was just so bad, and like you got to like.
I think part of that is like a lack of self-control, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
but is
not
that
part
a reason?
all. Yeah, it's a reason, and there's a reason for your lack of self-control. Maybe you've never had to be held accountable for having no self-control before, so you don't know what it's like.
But that just sounds like an excuse.
That in that scenario, they could be synonymous. Like to you, it could be an excuse, but to whoever is, the victim in this case, technically, who had a bad life going up, and then they're used to cheating, maybe for example, and they cheat on someone. To them, that's like a reason. It's like, dude, like this is just I thought how it was. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they fall victim to this hookup culture shit, and maybe social media got to them, or something like. That's just how I think about things.
I don't know. I feel like if you want to be a piece of shit, you will be. You know, like it's not like it's not for reasons or for. I just feel like if someone were a cheater, like they just were weak. You know, like it wasn't like a like that's literally something you have to fully do unless you were raped.
Right,
You know,
right.
unless you're raped, that's like something you chose.
So
So I don't.
what I'm saying
That
is like no one. What am I trying to say? No one who was brought up without the capability to do something will do something. So for
this is
example,
hard as fuck to like pay attention.
so for example, fucking if I like am fit my entire life, the odds are very slim that for some reason or another I'm just gonna get fat as shit. Like if I was like a like a pretty reasonable dude who worked out a reasonable amount of time and did a reasonable amount of things versus someone who was on the other end of the spectrum and fucking was doing way too much, or the other person B who was doing nothing. Like if I'm in the middle, there's really a slim chance I would just spring back or forth to one of the other sides. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't done that in the past.
Mm.
So I'm thinking like I don't know what the fuck I was saying. I'm thinking like things have a cause and people do things for certain reasons. Like there's a reason that neurons do what they do. It's because of something. Maybe I don't know, maybe it's even your imagination where it's like you thought it would be something it wasn't, but it's like why would you do that to another person? If we're talking about the cheating, for example, like there's a reason people cheat. Maybe they don't see the relationship as, what someone else did, or maybe in their head they already broke up with you, or there's some miscommunication, or fucking something, I don't know. But I think, like, for sure, if you go enough,
That's just like, yeah.
if you go, like, back enough, you could find a reason for every little thing that occurred.
Mm.
Even if, like, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make it like justifiable or right. It doesn't make it virtuous. It doesn't make it okay, but it's just an explanation of how it occurred.
I see what you're saying.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
it's not like okay, we figured out what happened. They're not guilty. You understand what I'm saying? People are still responsible for their actions because it's how the law works. That's how like the world works.
Mm.
So like you'll get what's coming to you, but I do think it is a better idea than not to understand why things happen so that we could avoid the mistakes in the future.
Mm. I see what you're saying. But like, what is that?
What does it have to do with pedophilia?
No, not even pedophilia, but just like the other person, Like you can try to like
Well, that person's just a victim, dude. It's just like it's just
yeah.
one of those things that just fucking happens to you. It just happened to be you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like could have been anybody, but it was you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I see what you're saying.
although like you're not responsible directly for the things that happen to you, but you are responsible for the way that
how you act on them.
you react on them. Yeah, it's like fuck, like could get hit by a car tomorrow. It's real. Who knows? Blow out my knees. I'll never walk again. But it's like, dude, like shit.
At least you didn't die. You
Right.
know, like you choose to see how you see it. Yeah.
Fuck. Dude, we're getting our
This
fucking
is so
ass
hard to
kicked.
have a fucking conversation and fucking
I'm
play
definitely
games. dude.
trolling hard in the game.
They literally were trying to kick you. But shit. So yeah. So you think that like she has her reasons for
No,
why she did what she
no. No, that's the wrong verb to use, or that's the wrong
But you said there's
pronoun.
only
Hold on,
reasons
wait.
or like. Go ahead.
I see exactly what you're saying.
Mhm.
She has her reasons. No, I'm not saying she has her reasons. I'm saying there are reasons. So like
Oh, okay. I
she
see
it
exactly
doesn't
what you're
matter
saying.
what she fucking says to you. That's not real.
Right. But there is just like things that are a fact that happened, and like,
Yes.
okay, I see exactly what you're saying now. I thought you were saying like that's excusable kind of
No,
thing. Like,
absolutely not.
okay. I see what you're saying now.
Word?
Yeah. So I don't
So,
know. Have you ever met anybody who's been molested or raped or even a pedophile that you like even knew before?
not that I know of. Well,
Hmm.
maybe people haven't told me. Nobody's ever told me. So, at
I
least.
mean, yeah, I guess they don't fucking tell you like, yo,
My
I fucked little
God.
kids.
Very rare that comes up in convo, bruh.
Yeah, I guess.
Plus, maybe it's like you said, where they don't even fucking know.
What do you mean by that? They don't fucking know.
Like, you didn't know what happened. I mean, you knew it happened, but you didn't know
Yeah,
the effect, you know what I'm saying? So maybe people are just living, they're
yeah.
like, I wasn't molested. It's like, well, incorrect.
Actually,
Yeah.
by definition. But yeah, there's a lot of things like by definition that like, at least for me, like I don't like making myself a victim. You know, like I'm just like
Yeah, I know.
I
I know
like
you
trying
don't.
to be like I don't know. My mom always wanted me to be like a regular person. You know, so like anything I had was like no, like you're a regular person. You know, and I'm just like not really living regular shit, but like all
Right.
right, you know.
Maybe
Um,
maybe she's just trying her best.
I mean, she literally escaped narcos and gangs and drugs and her family like trying to kill themselves, you know, people being shot. So it's like she comes from a whole different world. And so like her mission coming here was like America, you know, like this is how we make it alive and this is how like I survive with my kids, you know? So it's like for her it's like you have to be normal, like, you know, like that's not even an option.
Yeah.
Like I brought you here like almost died, got shot up in Brazil and like with my brother for you to like, you know, have a better life. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know. I feel
Shout
like
out to
there's
your
a lot
mom,
of
yo.
dead ass
That's
dude. My
tough.
mom's an OG, bro. Like never been afraid of anyone in my life except my mom. Like she's like 5'2" too, bro. Like she's hardcore. But
Then that means your girlfriend's definitely a good girl if your fucking mom approves her
oh yeah,
for sure.
my ex, I thought she was like so bad, this and that, and I was just like love struck. It wasn't even like
Yeah,
you
for
know,
real.
like she just had a body,
Heard.
and my mom was like, yeah, I don't like her, you know, and I was
Yeah,
like madly in love with her, and I was like, no, like my mom doesn't know what she's talking about, and then I was like, fuck, you know, like she was right, you know,
yeah.
but like with this one, like, well, it's actually a crazy story too with my girlfriend. So, do you want to hear about it, or do you want to talk about it afterwards?
Yes.
All right.
Wait, hold on.
So
Let me
my,
get a water bottle. My
all
throat's
right, you good.
fucking dry, dude. And I'm gonna get a cigarette.
All right.
Wait, you can talk. I'll listen. I can hear you.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Um. All right. So, my mom has this cleaning company. You know, cause I'm a beaner, and
You s- did you
so
say a
one
smoothie
of
company?
a cleaning
Oh,
company. Yeah. So my mom has workers, and so one of the workers that was like one of the best employees that like we've ever had. And when I was a little kid, I used to actually have a crush on her. And she's actually my girlfriend's mom. And like when I was a little
Wait,
kid, I
wait,
thought
wait,
she was
what?
so.
Are you
I
serious?
used to have yeah, I used to have a crush on my girlfriend's mom when I was a little kid,
Bro, what are the odds?
and like she used to work with for my mom. And anyways, we go to like I don't see her for years. Like I've never met my girlfriend, you know? Like we met in passing, but like she's a couple years older than me, and I was always into like older women, just partly, I guess, because of my trauma.
Yeah.
So like I was always looking at like older women, even as like a little kid. And fuck, I'm ass. So yeah. Anyways, I go to her quinceañera, and it's funny because I was actually gonna be like the person who dances with her,
Hmm.
but like her mom thought we were like super religious and like I don't even know. It was this whole story. But anyways, she started having a crush on me then, and like she was 15 and I was 17, so I was like, nah, she's young, you know. Like I wasn't even like looking at her,
Yeah.
and like that was just like after I got over a breakup. So then that was the last time I saw her, and then fast forward a few years, we work at Subaru. So I was working to be a mechanic, and she wanted to be a mechanic also. She wanted to work in the shop, but she was like a receptionist, like a pretty much like they were just like super sexist and fucked up. Like I literally work with KKK members, like dead ass. So like it was just a shit ass shop.
What the fuck?
But like I learned a lot. Like I learned definitely a lot. Like I'm grateful for everything I learned. Um, but yeah, not the best place. And
Is that where you kind of grew up at? Like, you know what I'm
what?
saying? Like not really grew up, but like grew up.
Like where I learned a lot from.
Yeah.
Like I guess there's just so many experiences that like kind of made me who I am today. Like I can't really pinpoint one, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just always trying to evolve. Like there was definitely a point in my life where I was just a piece of shit, you know? Like I was just stealing and like I mean I still kind of steal today, but like only from like Walmart, you know? So like I'm like I only steal from like big brands and shit, so like that doesn't really count. But um like before like I used to go like car hopping and shit and like steal Rollies and like well I only stole a Rolex once and I gave it to this one dude because Rolexes are really fucking hard to sell because they have like so much paperwork and so much fucking shit that I didn't even know about. So I sold it to him for like 500, got cash. But anyways, um, yeah, I just feel like I am always constantly trying to learn, and that's why I am like trying to be a good human because I know I haven't been. So I guess I mean when I was working there, I was still like I never was a fuck boy, but I was kind of a fuck boy, you know? Like I just like love to flirt. And like I would flirt with anything that moves, bruh. Like even if I didn't like you, I flirt with you, you know? Like
I don't do that, bro. If I don't like it, I'm not looking at it.
no, like not
Maybe
even
I need
like
to switch
no,
teams, dude.
hey yo, like be gay?
No, I'm talking about fucking flirting with
Oh,
the
I was about to
them
say, bro.
things.
I'll leave my girl right now, bro. Like, nah, I was fucking. But nah, like I wasn't even like that. I was just like I was just flirty, but I wasn't like entertaining it, you know? Like I was just
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
like
yeah. I feel you.
yeah, like
Yeah.
when it actually started to get like flirty, I was like, nah, you know?
Do you get nervous?
Like nah,
Oh, I do.
I don't. Like I used to be like such a simp, like
Right.
for hot girls.
So,
Like I used
dude,
to just like go ahead.
I just get nervous it's gonna fail, bro. So I like I'm scared of flirting with bitches because I just don't really know.
I just feel like I've always been an odd man out. So
Hmm.
like I am not afraid of anything anymore, you know? Like I just like the more I'm afraid of something, the more I throw myself into it. Like I've been in like so many situations where I've just been like so scared and I'm just like fuck it. You know, like we'll see what happens.
Maybe I
And
should do that
like
more often.
dude, honestly it changed like It changed my life.
Fuck, I'm trolling.
They're still trying to kick you, bro.
God damn it.
Let's just not get in a fucking game until we're like done with this video.
Alright.
Cause that was so hard to try to like actually say words and like.
Do you want to do wingman and just troll?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, because we're not affecting the team. Yeah, let's do that.
So, oh shit! I didn't even finish the story, bro.
Yeah, bro.
What was I even?
Fuck,
Did I
I
just talk
interrupted
about my
you.
girlfriend?
You were talking about
Yeah, I guess how like we came to be or whatever. But
Oh yeah.
then she invited me to her graduation. For some reason, I couldn't go, and like then I would have found out who her parents were, and like that would have been crazy. But it ended up being like I just wanted to be her friend, and so I would ask her to hang out and like let's go play soccer or like skate or like just like actually, and she was like, why, like why do you want to hang out with me? And I'm just like, I don't know, like I think you're cool, like you're in the cars and like you want to be a mechanic, like not many girls are like that, and so like I don't know, I literally just want to be your friend,
Yeah.
and like she didn't believe me, like she thought I just wanted to fuck. And what's it called, like the first time we ever hung out, I was like, cause I always gave girls hugs, and
Yeah.
so like I like was like, oh, like I'd give you a hug, but I'm sweaty, and she was like, I don't give hugs, and I was like, oh, okay, my bad. So like, yeah, we were just like completely different, and so yeah. Anyways, we keep hanging out and keep being friendly, and then I like my friend thought she was really hot,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, that's your shorty," like da 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 da, and I was like, "Nah, like we're just friends." And so he's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro, like you should go for it, like if you like her." And what's it called? Yeah, so I was pretty much just trying to be like, "Yo, like take my girlfriend," like without me knowing. But anyway, we actually like fall for each other really hard, and then I show my mom, who like, cause I don't tell my mom shit, because like when I got cheated on, bro, like she literally made fun of me in like the worst way. Like my brother's best friend's family from England came over, right?
Yeah.
And we're sitting at this dinner, and the day I got broken up with, they asked me like, "Oh, do you have a girlfriend?" And I said no, and my mom was like, "Oh, like not since today anyway." And the whole family was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Bro, I literally just got fucking cheated on, bro. Like, I'm not trying to hear this shit." Like, my
Bro,
mom's a
that
troll
is so
sometimes, bro.
fucked up.
Dude, my mom literally like
Oh my
has
god,
no
that's funny.
feeling sometimes. Like, she's just beyond blunt. Um. So yeah. Anyways, I finally show my mom who like I'm interested in, and then she's like, "Oh wow, like she's really pretty, like this and that." And then she tells her parents about me, and then she sends me a picture with her mom. And I was like, "Wait, who is that?" And she was like, "That's my mom." And I was like, "Bro, what the fuck?" And I was like, "Do you know who my mom is?" And then she talked to her, like her mom, and then like basically we found out that they used to work together, and like she didn't leave on the best terms with my mom. And so then my mom and my brother were trying to tell me like not to date her. And I was like, "No, like I really like her, and then, like I want to be with her."
Yeah.
And my brother was like, "You know what, like we'll figure it out. Like if you really like this girl, like go for it." And my mom was like, "No, don't go for it," But yeah, so that was just kind of like Nothing is fucking simple, dude. Like I couldn't just have a normal ass fucking girlfriend that like there's like had to be so much drama like before we could just be together.
Yeah,
And like
it's worth it though.
there's
You
so
gotta work for the
no, yeah,
prize.
for sure, dude. I'd do it all over again, knowing what I know.
That's fucking awesome. Fuck yeah.
But there's definitely was a lot of like stepping on eggshells.
Mm.
Yeah. Like the first day I went over to her house, we were already dating, and she didn't want to tell her parents we were dating because she was scared. And so I was like, okay, like I'll just be a friend, I guess. And then like I sit down and like I go there and I like meet them and like I see like her mom again and like I gave her a hug and like she's like I haven't seen you since you were a little kid, like the whole thing.
Mm.
And then her dad is like he's I mean they're from El Salvador, bro. You know? So
Yeah.
like they're like kind of like Salvadorians are just very cold. Like not even without trying to be, they're just like that's just like their nature. Like
Okay.
they can just be very cold. And so like her dad's kind of a dick, you know? Like just like how he treats them and like all this stuff. But anyways, I come on like kind of strong and I was just like wasn't showing that I was weak and like, you know, I'm not a I've I've literally like I've been in some situation with some hoes, bruh. Like I've almost fought dads before.
Damn.
So like I told my girlfriend this and I was like not scared, you know, like if it gets down to it like whatever. And yeah, one time her dad caught us when I was like snuck over. That was fucked, dude. I literally thought I was gonna have to punch my way out of there.
Damn. Why'd they hate you?
What do you mean?
You said you're trying to fight all these dads.
Oh, like before? Like with other hoes?
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause I was just like in their house and they didn't know who I was. And I
Oh.
was like a beaner and they were white. 'Cause like they would tell me that like their dad is racist. And so I was just like, fuck it. Like,
Yeah. Damn. You got anything else you wanna like get off your chest?
I wouldn't even know what to say, honestly.
What would you
There's
say?
so much, dude.
What would you say is your biggest fear?
Oh my god. My biggest fear is losing my family. Like, losing my family and it's all my fault.
Damn.
I feel like
Why would that happen?
ever since I don't know, there's a lot of reasons, honestly. I just ever since I was a little kid, I just felt like I always had to be tough for my family. So like I had to be like feared. So like cuz I always like looked after like my little cousins and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm growing up and like I go to ELL, you know, like I have like trouble speaking English and like
Oh,
I don't go to normal.
cuando era joven?
Sí, cuando era joven. That was really good actually. Not many people know that, but what you just said.
Yo hablo español.
De verdad.
Sí,
Bro,
claro que
you are
sí.
just like my homie I told you about. He speaks Spanish because we used to work in the kitchen. And he'd be like, and somebody would be like talking about him. He'd be like, "¿Qué hablando?" And like he'd like pull up. That's just funny. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I've always had like so much on top of me. Like I was like responsible. Like I thought I was responsible for like my parents splitting up, and like I thought I was responsible for like
Dude, that's heavy, bro. Divorce is heavy.
so much. Yeah, it was pretty hard. I was like I didn't take it the best. I
Mm.
just thought I was just like a fuck up. Really just kind of like I don't know. I didn't like my dad at that point anymore, but I was just like sad that my mom didn't have anyone. But like even when he was around, he wasn't around type. So it was kind of just better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just felt so sad because like never have I ever seen my mom get a kiss or a hug. Like ever like whenever we'd walk somewhere, like my dad would always be like so far away from us and I would be like holding my mom's hand. And so like it was like weird when I go to like my white friends' houses and like their dads is like kissing their mom and I was like, "Whoa, like that's how like men act, you know?" Like
Yeah.
I thought that was just movie shit.
Is
You
it
know?
is it cause he was is it cause he was a cold ass dude or?
My dad was just a piece of shit, dude. Like my dad like he comes from the rich of the rich. Like he was definitely like pushing shit, you know? So like in Bolivia, like my last name is like very well known because of like the empire pretty much. Like my dad's dad, right? My grandpa built an entire city that started off with a strip of land so where he could land in like um planes to like ship shit.
Yeah.
So like he started off with a strip and made a whole ass city, and then from that city is where my mom is from.
Holy shit! Built a city?
They built a fucking city on that strip
Where?
of
In what
land
country?
in Bolivia.
Have you been to it?
I can't I can't go over there.
Oh, damn. I'll go for you.
Yeah, that I wouldn't. They're not. I mean, I've heard that it's like better now, but there's still always like some shit. And like with my last name, they try to rob my ass so quick. I
Hmm.
mean, I'd be fine, you know, 'cause I have people, but I just wouldn't want to even like. I don't know. One day I'll go.
When's the trip?
Just
Let's go.
facts, dude. I haven't been in 7, 8 years. No, I haven't been in literally like, yeah, like 8 years. But shit, homie.
Wingman?
Yeah, fuck it.
All right, I might
What's your biggest fear?
you know, oh, shit. This is about to get deep. Um, the 2 weeks after I caught herpes,
Mm,
I was like definitely, I'd say, feet from killing myself, not inches. I had a bit more space, but I was pretty close because that shit burned. And the only reason I didn't,
literally.
literally, I sat in my hallway and I was like, I refuse to disappoint my fucking bloodline and like
Mm,
go out like a bitch over some pussy. Like I have
yeah.
to figure this out somehow because there's people before me. Like I don't even know if there will ever be people in front of me, but there's people before me and like I can't fail. And like regardless of what happens, it's that fucking simple. So
Word.
if I do like, I won't. So it's not an option.
Yeah. So that's your biggest fear of you killing yourself?
No, biggest fear is me failing the bloodline by doing
Oh, yeah.
something else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you believe in curses, like family curses?
I believe curses could be generational trauma.
I feel that. I have like a honestly I have a mixed fucking opinion about this shit, dude.
All right,
Cause
let's
like
hear it.
I have family that are like witches, like Bolivian witches. You
Damn,
know?
look at that op. Damn, look at that shit.
That's just
Damn it.
hard.
So fucking tough.
Yeah.
Bolivian witches.
So like honestly, bro, my mom is like I feel like my mom's a witch that she doesn't tell me about. Like she just kind of jokes about it. You know? Like she'll have a dream and in her dream there was an accident or something and like I was in it or I was nearby and like that day I'll see an accident, bro.
Damn.
Like my mom is just like on shit for real. Like she's just like super intuitive. Oh, on site. Um so I don't know. I feel like there's like I go back and forth. Do you believe in God?
Fuck, why'd you ask this question? Okay.
We don't have to talk about it.
Nah, we can't. It's just I've been thinking about this literally for weeks. like weeks,
Yeah.
probably 2 months. I've been thinking about this. So here's the conclusion I've came to, and I just had a long ass conversation with a dude last night about this. I believe that there exists a power separate from everything that we can observe, and this power isn't, and it. So it is and it
Inanimate.
isn't. It's like a thing. It's like certainty. It's like an idea. It's not even an idea. It's really fucking hard to explain. Every time I try, I can't really do it.
It's like everything.
Yes. So there's everything and there's something above everything, and God is that.
Word.
But it isn't. I don't think it
You just
has.
can't
I don't think it has like
comprehend
a personality. I don't think it has feelings. I don't think you can fucking talk to it. But I think that like you can kind of talk to yourself, and you
it's
can
like
talk.
within you.
Huh?
Because it's like kind of within you, because it's everything.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
So yeah, I think it is. But it's just not like, it's not a fucking person, I don't think.
Word. So you don't believe Jesus Christ?
No, I believe in Jesus.
What? Because it was like facts.
I don't know
He was a person.
I don't know if Jesus was God though, because people say he was. People say he was a spawn of God.
Right.
But like, what am I confused about? So people say he was the spawn of like God, and he came to Earth. But I don't think that they were the same person. I don't think like. I don't know how. What am I trying to fucking say? I don't think God like spoke through him to anything. I think all of the ideas were his own, and he was like fucking a super genius and kind of came to these conclusions himself and said, okay, well he said God. I don't know, dude. Damn it.
Knife him, knife him, knife him. Damn it.
Dude, I'm totally trolling. I'm literally thinking so fucking hard.
No, you're good.
I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like, God is the only thing I talk about and like get tongue-tied on still.
I mean, yeah, no one really knows, you know?
Yeah.
I've talked to, like, I like people that, like, are Christian, but don't try to shove shit down your throat and accept that there's different ideas.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I want to be able to have questions and not be able to be like, oh, like, that's a bad thing. You shouldn't question God, you know? You should have faith.
Dude, that's,
And it's like,
sorry, keep going.
it's just like, how can you have faith in something that, like,
That you don't
doesn't
understand?
give a shit about, like, so like if God was real, why does he let school shootings happen, you know? So like why is this all like free will thing, like why is there shit ass people, you know?
Do you believe in free will? Hold on, wait, I'll be right back. Hold on. Wait, actually, I'll be
Yeah.
able to hear you, but I'm gonna fucking
Bet.
plug my computer in. Hold on.
Okay. I feel like free will is an illusion. I feel like
Me too.
media, yeah,
I think the same thing.
yeah, for sure. I think that we have like a margin of like what we can do. Like I could go take a shit or I could go pee, you know, like or go eat something where it's like I guess that part is like yeah, you're in control of that, but it's like somebody is pulling the strings to make you think that this is all okay and that this is like structured. Like America has like so much under the table and so much that they do that's like fucked up and that we're like viewed as a like super like we're almost viewed as like God. Like
Right.
USA is like oh yeah, like land of the free, like you know, like we're the all-knowing country, like we're the big brother. But then it's like we're fucked in the head, you know?
Yeah.
We do so much bullshit. Like I wouldn't want Trump or Biden, you know? Like I don't want left or right.
Mhm.
It's like
It's all, dude. It's two sides of the same fucking, you know,
String, yeah.
the same, bro. It's like you're trying to pick a player on a team you're not on.
Exactly. Like either way, they're not in my interest. Like
Right.
they're in their own agenda. And
Dude,
like,
I know you know a show you haven't seen?
what?
House of Cards.
Right, you were talking about that the
It's
other day.
so fucking good. It's all about that.
Word.
It's literally only politics, but it's not like the stupid part of politics where it's like just lame. It gives exact examples of how they fuck over the country. Like, it's so cool.
Word.
Or if they're actually people and they actually want what's best for it, it's just some people don't understand. And then you're kind of stuck in that conflict as the watcher is like, fuck. Are they virtuous? Are they dickheads, you know?
Mm.
That's why I dig it.
That's tough. I should definitely check it out. I watch it with my girl.
Wed. Yeah, if you know some fucking Latino things down here in North Carolina, go ahead and shoot them my way.
Shit, I probably got somebody on my Snap.
Come on now.
But I know. Actually, no, they're way too young.
Yeah, no,
Because I was gonna say they're a couple years younger than me, like 3, so they'd just be like 19 right now. And I don't feel like you want to like, I mean, shit, you're 24, right?
Yeah.
Do you like younger or like your age, or what are you into? Fuck.
I am into maturity.
I feel like you had to say that so you wouldn't look like a pedophile right now. I'm not even gonna hold you. You're like,
Thank you,
like,
bro. Yeah,
I'm
let's just leave it there.
there. Yeah.
Word. Alright, I might stop the recording here. We can keep playing, though.
But no, yeah, that was a lot, bro. I feel like we just went all over the. Next time we should just like, if we do another video, we should plan it out and not talk at 5 a.m. while we're playing games.
We'll
Or
see.
we get better.
Yeah,
Or we
yeah,
get
yeah.
better and we can actually like talk and play.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
that was kind of hard to like pay attention.
It definitely was. Or we could just surf or something and do something that doesn't require brain power.
What do you mean by surf?
You don't know what surfing is?
Like dead ass, like on a board surfing?
Oh, dude, we're totally surfing. Alright, alright. Stop the video here. Thanks, everybody.